So basically, I want to deploy this application into live domain, into live server. So basically, first I have added this two links: terms of service and privacy policy at the bottom. So basically, normal link, nothing else. Now to deploy, basically I have to log into my server. So there are some means you can use a terminal and SSH login, or basically if you are Windows or something, you can use putty or something else, whatever you prefer. You can log in into your server. So in, or you can set up in VS Code directly remote host and all these things. So you can click on here and then basically connect to host and add your all these things. So likewise you can do. So I have already done it. So I have this digital ocean server. Here I will log in, and then in terminal, basically I will go to cd where www dot next sync. So I already had that nginx installed on my server. So if you want to see, you can go to Google or something else and you can see if you want Apache server or if you want nginx server, whatever you want. So I have already added that nginx server and I have added that site configuration into this one. So if you want to see, means you can just search on Google whatever the particular Apache server nginx you want and whatever the operating system you have, you will get this configuration details and all these things. So you will have to add that, how you will have to install this MySQL, you will have to install this PHP and all these things, and you can create the user and database. So you will need that. So you can follow the tutorial, means follow these things for your server and for your OS and all these things. So basically for setting up nginx, basically you'll have to add that particular into your sites available. So I have already added into sites available, that's nextsync.com, and then basically I have added this things, and also I have added this uh, let's encrypt SSL certificate. So for that also you can go to Google and search for this one, let's encrypt nginx ubuntu and all these things. So you can use that one. So basically it will have that cert boot and all these things. So I have already done that step, so that you can follow from anywhere, and then basically you can follow this next steps I am showing. Okay, so here I by default had a Laravel installation just to show that particular message. So nextsync.com, this one, before going live. So I will remove that one, means I will remove this complete Laravel installation, and then I will just get our repository from Git. I will pull that, clone that repository. So for that I will go here and I will copy this one. Okay, and then basically I will add git clone and I will paste this particular repository. Here I will have to add my token and basically that username and token, okay, in particular format. So I will add that and I will clone this to this folder, and then we'll see. So now I have cloned that particular directory, means repository. Now I'll go to cd next sync, and for better view I will just open this folder. So here where www next sync. Okay, so this is our repository code. Here we have, now we'll have to do something, this steps. So cp.env example to .env. First I have copied this to .env, and then a php artisan key generate this key. Okay, there is some issue, php artisan. Okay, first I will have to composer install. So after composer install, then basically I can do that php artisan key generate. Okay, so key generated. Now we'll have to add the database details here. So I have added the database details, and this app URL I have changed, and this app name I have changed. This local should be changed to production, and then basically app debug will be false. Okay, so I will close this file. It has that credential and all this thing, so I will just close this file. And then basically now I have done the composer install. I have done that. Now I will have to give this storage and bootstrap cache proper permissions. So I will use this one, and also for storage, so I will give this ownership to this www data user. So this should work. Okay, and then I will click this public artisan storage link. Okay, this link will be created here, storage, and let's check if it's working or there is an issue. We'll see. Nextsync.com. So 500 server error, there is definitely error. So to just see what are actually error, is it database error or something else, so I will just make it as a local for now, true, just to see that errors. So base table or view not found, so we have to migrate. So php artisan migrate fresh, and I will also seed this data. So this is done. Now let's see, refresh. So npm is also remaining, so npm install is pending, and npm build, npm run build. So we will create that cs and js files. Okay, now it should work. Let's see. So this is working fine on this nextsync.com, so there is no issue. So I can choose plan, I can basically see. So we'll try to test this one. So manually we have installed this one. So manual installation steps, I will just write this one. So get repository code, clone, and then basically cd that particular project directory, and then composer install, and then basically we'll have to copy cp.env dot example to .env. Okay, or you can create this new one, add db credentials, and env configuration we can change whatever you want, and then basically npm install, npm run build, and then also storage and bootstrap cache ownership. Or storage cache folder. So these are some basic steps we have done, and also php artisan migrate. If it's a old application, you can just run this PHP artisan migrate to add this new tables and all these things. PHP artisan DB seed if you want to add some data. So likewise, whatever custom you want, whatever the things we added, likewise you can make the changes accordingly. So these are the things. So I will just close this one so you can see this properly. Okay. So this is how we have done this manually deploying this particular thing. Okay. So in future, when we are ready with more features and all these things, I will set up this as a CI/CD pipeline to this DigitalOcean server only. And then after some days, once we have our application ready and all these things, we can deploy this to AWS too using the CI/CD pipeline, code deploy, and all these things. Okay, that's it for this video.